Two persons apprehended for the murder of a money transfer agent in Tico, southwest of Cameroon. The suspects are reported to have killed a popular callbox operator and carted away 5 million francs CFA. And in Yaoundé, it is a sad story of a gang of four that is specialized in taxi robbery that was nabbed by security operatives. The suspects are known to have stabbed their victims in all their operations. And we are going to have the communique that is coming from the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, warning media organs to desist from reporting or announcing anything or commenting anything in relations to beer. Top stories. Welcome. You can hook up with us on our social media platforms open for consultation. Let's begin first with this communique that is coming from the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, and we must precise that this communique is only in the French language. There is no English version as of now, as I've been informed by the correspondent of Canal International in Yaoundé, and be informed reliably by the regional office of Canal International in Yaoundé that there is no English version. So what I'm going to present is in French, and I will struggle to make sure I give just the quintessence of the content of the message in English language as I am going to interpret it. And so it has been signed by Minister Paul Atanganji, Minister of Territorial Administration, and directed to the governors of all the regions of the south of the country, that is the 10 regions. And he said that for some time now, some people have inundated social media blog space with lies on the health of the present public with intention to put confusion in the minds of Cameroonians. And this bad spirit, as I'm struggling to translate directly because I just have it now, is intended to create confusion. And so the Minister, Director of Civil Cabinet at the Presidency of the Republic, and the Minister of Communications, who is the government spokesperson, have published, each and every one of them, a communique to condemn such lies, or to formally condemn such lies and rumors which are considered as fantasist lies, and of course carried by the media on the health of the president. And so Minister Paul Atanganji says that following the outings of the Minister, Director of Civil Cabinet at the Presidency of the Republic, and that of the government spokesperson, Minister of Communication, he has formally stopped any debate on all the media in Cameroon that concerns the head of state, and that anybody who infringes on such essence of the outing of Minister Paul Atanganji, as I've just received without any English version to that. Well, while expecting the English version of that communique to come, we will now continue with our news. And we move over to the southwest region, where two persons have been arrested in connection with the murder of a callbox operator, as a popular callbox operator in Tico, southwest of Cameroon. The suspects murdered their victim and carted away 5 million francs CFA.
Bibongi Blaise and Tega Sylvain Noel are presently gnashing their teeth behind bars after they were apprehended by police forces in Mutengene in the southwest region. The two suspected murders are said to have killed a callbox operator in Tico. This is a demonstration of how the killings happen. As the story goes, the two men invaded the room of the victim, stabbed him before dumping his body into this river. After the atrocity, they ran to the victim's house and collected the sum of 5.4 million francs CFA. The first suspect fell in the dragnet of police forces in Mutengene, and the second was caught in Bafoussam in the West region.
It is the opportunity for me, while congratulating our forces of law and order, and particularly the public security police station in Mutengene, for taking time to detailedly investigate and enable us to pick up these suspects. I equally want to send a strong word to the population that no crime can go unpunished.
The matter has been handed to the State Council in Tiko, while Bibong and Tega await trial.
Thanks very much, Ines Ondwabala, Southwest Chief Correspondent, and in Douala, the forces of law and order have arrested 3 persons who have been impersonating as tax officials in the country. They were caught with counterfeit documents. As we are told by Sheriff Saleh.
3 men posing as tax officials to extort money were arrested by Douala's 2nd Motorized Infantry Region during a routine roadside inspection. The suspects falsely claimed to be contractual intermediary and commercial agents of the Cameroonian Tax Administration.
Les faits se déroulent entre la mairie de Douala.
It happened between the Douala 2 Municipal Council. Suspicious documents resembling official tax paperwork for the investigation revealed they were forged, including business closure, orders, and mission letters. The suspects had been using these fake documents to impersonate tax officials and extort money.
En date du 28 septembre 2024,
on September 24, 2024, we came across a vehicle with documents which we suspected, and after our findings, it led to these suspects and except. Authorities have confirmed that while 3 suspects are in custody, several accomplices remain at large. They are urging the public to report any suspicious activities related to the scam as the crackdown on corruption continues.
Nous demandons aux populations victimes de ce genre de situation de faire appel et dénoncer auprès de la.
We call on the population who fall victims in this type of situation to come up to the gendarmerie forces so we can work together and track them down. The arrest is part of the broader effort by the Cameroonian government to combat fraud and restore trust in public institutions.
And in Yaoundé, it is a gang of 4 specialized in taxi robbery that was nabbed by security operatives. The suspects are known to stab their victims too many times in their operations. They were presented to the public alongside some cyber criminals who were equally arrested. Hyacinth Chia has the details from Yaoundé.
Robbery in taxis in the city of Yaoundé has become so rampant, with victims crying out every day. These are some of the presumed criminals perpetrating the act, nabbed by the elements of the Central Police Station No. 1 during one of their dirty nights.
With the police patrol, they followed the taxi and they took them at the level of Bukatangana Mbala neighborhood. They took them, and when we visited their houses, we saw that they have, from March to October, many Cameroonians have.
In case of any hesitation from their victims. Faced with this, the population is advised to adopt precautionary measures while boarding a taxi.
To be sure that you have an immatriculation on the taxi you are getting in. You have to be sure, if it is the night, that you have a good luminosity in the inside, so that you can have a clear, you can be seen even when you are passing. When you are going inside a taxi, the first thing to do is to try to open the door, to be sure that you can open the door when you are inside, because there are some taxis that when you are inside you cannot open the door. Even if you try to open the door, it cannot open. So you are just like in a prison. They can do all what they want against you.
And these are two other supposed cyber criminals that have been extorting money from Cameroonians using the name of Police Commissioner Fuda Isabel with the help of artificial intelligence.
They took money from many Cameroonians, either to produce official files or papers, or to facilitate the admission of families members in the current police competitive exam. So they have, by the technology, the means to transform their own voice so that you can think that you are speaking with a woman. We took all that files, all that material.
Appropriate to the press this October 10 in Yaoundé, police authorities warn.
We just want to warn Cameroonian. You cannot imagine that you will be admitted if you have not worked well. So it is not necessary to think that you will have facilities from X or Y responsible of the police. They don't have the possibility to interfere in the result of competitive exam.
The two gangs remain in detention to face their crimes.
Transatlantic efforts to fight the continuously harsh climate that have characterized the lives of the people for several weeks now in that part of the country. The atmospheric conditions have disrupted socio-economic activities of many localities. Sherifa Saleh with Curls from Southwest and Northwest Chief Correspondent Annie Collins. The harsh
Banda
climate
village in the west region of Cameroon has been severely impacted by relentless rains, bringing daily life to a halt. A 20 kilometers journey from Mule village to Bandung now cost at least 12,000.
For some time now, inhabitants of Bamenda have been soaked in water due to heavy rains, which at times ground socio-economic activities. Whether in the morning, afternoon or evening, the skies discharge enormous quantities of water that flood homes, businesses and farmlands. On their way to and from school, children face the ugly side of the rainy season, like this bridge that links Alalia and Meta quarters in Bamenda 3 subdivision, which almost collapsed, thereby forcing pupils and students to make U-turns to more practicable and safer roads before reaching school. Even as big as it is, this 70-seater bus of a travel agency could not dare the aggressive waters that drowned the Bamenda Post Office bridge linking Sonak Street to City Chemist roundabout in Bamenda 2. This family was fortunate to be at home during one of the very heavy rainy days. Their presence at home was an opportunity to fight the invading rainwater by progressively reducing the quantity with brooms and buckets. Though victims decided to cry their troubles out of TV cameras, meteorological experts have warned that skies are still pregnant with large water volumes, and the consequences are likely to be more devastating, with possible floods.
and in Bandung, the torrential rains